The year is 1806, and in a bustling home in London, a remarkable child prodigy, John Stuart Mill, begins his journey to becoming one of the most influential philosophers in history. Mill grew up in a stimulating environment, immersed in Greek and Latin texts at a very young age by his father, James Mill, a follower of Jeremy Bentham. Bentham championed the philosophy of utilitarianism, the idea that actions are right if they promote happiness and wrong if they produce the reverse. Young Mill's mind was a sponge soaking up this ethos, but as he grew, he would reconstruct these beliefs into his own version, crafting an innovative, nuanced view on human happiness. Fast forward to 1859, Mill publishes On Liberty, a fervent defense of individual freedom in opposition to the tyranny of the majority. According to Mill, to safeguard the progression of society, each person should be allowed to express their ideas without fear of repression, provided that these ideas do not harm others. Now let's flip the book to his concept of harm principle, a cornerstone in legal and moral philosophy. Mill argued that society should only interfere with an individual's liberty if their actions would harm others, not merely offend or annoy them. And then, there's Mill's influential tweak to utilitarianism. He argued that not all pleasures are created equal, distinguishing between higher pleasures of the mind, like intellectual pursuits and moral awareness, and lower, physical ones. Picture a world where all you do is chase simple, sensual pleasures. Sounds like a bliss, right? Well, not to Mill. He famously stated, "It is better to be a human being dissatisfied than a pig being satisfied." Mill believed that those who have experienced both types of pleasures would inherently prefer the higher ones, bringing a more sophisticated perspective to utilitarianism. Mill's influence, from championing individual liberty to refining utilitarianism, reaches far beyond his 19th century context. His ideas continue to shape legal systems, ethical discourse, and societal norms today. Whether you're debating the limits of free speech or considering the best course of action, you might just find yourself thinking like Mill. Because after all, the goal isn't just happiness, but a life rich in experience and intellectual rigor, right? So next time you face a challenging decision, ask yourself, what would John Stuart Mill do? How can you maximize your own and society's happiness? Because in the grand scheme of Mill's philosophy, that's what it's all about. So from a London home in 1806 to a life in the 21st century, the legacy of John Stuart Mill echoes, reminding us that our pursuit of happiness can and should be a sophisticated affair.